Hello everybody, it's Eddie1 here. Today's video, we are going to do something totally different today. In this video today, I am going to do something Dragon Ball Z related, but I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite Dragon Ball Z fights of all time. Um, and some of my some of my favorite fights really. I want to start off with the very first one. My very first the very first one I'm going to go with is the fight between the very first fight between Goku and Vegeta during the Saiyan Saga. That one is going to be probably my 10th pick there. One of the reasons why I like that one is because I like how it starts. I like how Vegeta explains to him about, the Saiyan race, a lot of things to Goku and stuff, and how he's a low class warrior, and he doesn't understand how Vegeta doesn't get how a low class warrior can like top him like he did. But I think one of my favorite moments in that fight is the Gallic Gun and the Kamehameha connection deal. Even though the Kamehameha kind of overpowered his Galactic Gun, it kind of damaged him a little bit, but it didn't like finish him. It just like pissed him off, or the more so than anything else. I also like the moment where they did the Spirit Bomb deal on him. Even though it didn't kill him, it still made him. It toasted him a little bit, kind of badly injured. But it's one of my favorite fights. So the very first Goku Vegeta battle, and the reason why is because it's between these two great warriors that started off with this huge rivalry, kind of like similar with his other rivals that he had in the past, like Piccolo and Tien and all these other ones that he's friended in the past. So that's why I like this fight here. Okay, for my 9th pick here, I'm gonna go with this is gonna be for my 9th pick. For my 9th pick, this is going to be another one that's going to be in here. I am going to pick the rematch of Goku Vegeta as my 9th pick. So Goku Vegeta versus Goku Vegeta, their Super Saiyan 2 forms, and the Super Saiyan 2 form fight. One of the reasons I like this fight here is I like the emotion, the impact that Vegeta does in this fight here. Pouring everything, all his pride, everything that he stands for as a Saiyan, and it molds everything I feel together with this fight. You feel for Vegeta's, how everything is taken from him, how he doesn't like the fact he's being put second. He doesn't like the fact that he is like this number 2 Saiyan compared to Kakarot. Even though Kakarot has, received training, even though Vegeta has trained more than Goku during that fight time, so there was a little bit of fight difference there. But I do like the fact that in this fight here, like I don't know if it was one of the reasons why they was fighting, but one of the reasons why they were fighting was because of the fact that Vegeta was trying to release all the bad, a lot of the bad that he's done, and just I think he felt like fighting Goku was kind of the way to release all that. I feel like that's kind of I feel like that's how he was kind of putting it, but but it's all about settling the score between the two, which was kind of the differ that was going on with that fight. So But I really enjoy the Super Saiyan 2 fight between Super Saiyan 2 fight rematch between Goku and Vegeta on that one. Here is my 8th fight here. I am going to pick this one right here. Now, these are just my favorite picks. I'm not like rating them like the bad to worst. I'm not doing that type thing. For my 8th one, this one is going to be Goku versus Frieza. This is probably one of the all-time favorite fights between Goku and Vegeta itself. The fight between those two was just remarkable. It was like history, legendary. And the moment when he goes Super Saiyan, it's like in the books kind of thing. But what's so interesting with this fight is the fact that you have Frieza and you have Goku here. What's interesting is Frieza a long time ago did fight a Saiyan that's similar to him, even though he didn't really kind of mention that in that episode. He did say that there was a Saiyan very similar to him, which was his dad Bardock. But at the time, then Goku didn't know who his dad was. Anyway, so but I like the fight impact in this, especially when he goes Super Saiyan and gives Frieza a lot hard time, and the fight between the two was just so action packed that it's just one of those fights you can always rewatch. And I feel like the Frieza and Goku fight is a very good favorite of mine, especially when you introduce the first Super Saiyan form. So that's my 8th one for my top 10 pick is Goku versus Frieza. Now for my 7th one, I am going to pick this one right here. Gohan versus Cell. This was probably this to me was like a David and Goliath battle. Really. About a boy who's scared out of his mind. I mean, he fights, but he's also still scared. He hasn't quite, put together a lot of the pieces of, to be a fighter and, to face his fears, which was kind of the big blockage of Gohan at the time. One of the reasons why it was hard for him to kind of, push through all that and do what he should do. But, he just had a lot of pauses and stuff. Anyway, but what I like with this fight here, the best thing about this fight is when he activates Super Saiyan 2. As soon as he activates that, it's all said and done. And it's so interesting when he activates that. It's like, we have no idea how powerful he was compared to Cell. Because every time Cell would power up or try something that was making himself stronger, it was either it wasn't enough or he wasn't near as close to Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as he should have been, which was kind of a scary plot there. Like, how powerful was he, kind of thing. But I do really enjoy the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Cell fight. I think it's, like I said, a legendary fight, but just like Goku and Frieza there. And 2, it's also, like I said, it's also one of those fights you can always rewatch as well, especially with Team Gohan, which is a very fan favorite for a lot of people. For my 6th pick here, I'm going to choose Goku versus Pikkon on this one. Now, one of the reasons why I like this fight here is this wasn't really like a hero versus villain match. It was just kind of a rivalry matchup, or kind of a competition, if you will, between two skilled fighters. What was so cool about Pikkon is he was so mysterious. There was a lot of questions about him, like who was he and how he died and kind of thing. I like when they fought in the tournament, which was kind of cool. Which was cool about the two. He did kind of remind him of Piccolo a little bit, which I feel like that he was kind of a Piccolo kind of fill-in for Goku, which I guess that's what he was supposed to be anyway. But granted, though, Pikkon almost did beat Goku in that tournament. I mean, he was close. The only reason why Goku won is because Goku noticed a weak spot in his attack that he knows. He knows he cannot move after he uses that attack. So Goku gets him with a instant transmission Kamehameha trick and blows him out of the ring and wins. Which is, and the fight was pretty good for what it was, and very, very awesome. But I'm going to go with number 6 as my top. Pikkon versus Goku versus Pikkon. That's what would be my top 6. For my top 5, I am going to give some Vegeta love here. I am going to give Vegeta versus Goku Black rematch fight. Not before Goku Black and Zamasu beat the living hell out of the both of them, but the one where they go back and they finally get their just desserts. But I like this fight here because Vegeta gets his payback from Goku Black, and literally just pounds the crap out of Goku Black, which, Vegeta's been waiting to get his payback in that for a while. Because, neither one of the three Saiyans were having much luck with him. They had some comebacks here and there, but they just weren't getting, their best bet out of that fight. But that's one of my favorite fights there is Goku Black versus Vegeta rematch fight. I like that one. For my number 5th pick here, for my 4th pick here, sorry. It's going to be Goku versus Hit. I think this was probably a cool fight here. How do you fight something that has this time skip ability and can kind of read your movement within a second? But what was cool about it is it's a fast-paced fight, and to start off with, it wasn't a fast pace. It was more like a punchy, kicky kind of feel to it, which was kind of cool. But I think Goku versus Hit was one of my favorite ones, especially when he added the Kaioken on top of the Super Saiyan Blue. That was pretty cool, and just kind of gave the fight more of a challenge there. But I really liked that one. That was maybe number 4th one. For my 3rd one is going to be Goku versus Broly. Now this one is going to be the OG Broly here. This was a good fight, don't get me wrong. But granted, Goku and the rest of them did they got the hell beaten out of them. And I don't mean just a little bit here and there. They got beat the hell out of. I like the fact that it was kind of cool how Goku finished Broly with just this power punch, this gave all their energy to Goku for this one big blow, and then just dies. And I don't even know what they kind of called that attack, but it was whenever he hit him with it, it was like he exploded. So I don't know if it was like one of those abilities that, if you hit, I don't know. It was kind of a weird ability though. But it was kind of a cool little finish between Goku and Broly. For my second one is going to be I'm going to pick Jiren from a number 2 one. This fight was phenomenal. And not only did this fight last forever, but this fight did last a while between the two of them. And they were both very, mean, Jiren was a tyrant. He was a juggernaut. I mean, there was no stopping him. It didn't matter what skill or what power you had or what blast your strongest blast was. He blocked it, or he just stood there. I think what the coolest thing about it was, though, like, it was one of Goku's most toughest challenges compared to a lot of other fights. And then when he activates, the Ultra Instinct, or the UI, or another name for it, UI Goku, I think that silverish look was very cool. And just based off of instinct, based off of speed, sound, all types of different type of movement to, and like dodge all these abilities and like fast motion, which is so cool. But the way they finished this fight between Jiren and Goku was a cool thing between him and Frieza, teaming up to basically they just pretty much pushed him down off the freaking deal. They didn't even do anything big. They just pretty much just charged at him and pushed him off the deal, which was kind of a little nice little dramatic finish. So I think for my last one here is going to be Goku and Vegeta versus my next fight here is going to be Gogeta, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta versus the Super Broly. That fight between those two was so impact, and I'm not just talking about the fight between Gogeta. I'm talking about Broly. I'm talking about Goku and Vegeta with those, because between those three characters on top of Broly, it's one of those it's one of those types of fights you can rewatch all the time because it's so impact, and like everything about that fight and the graphics in it was so very legit. But I really kind of hope we get like a really good dramatic fight like that for the next Dragon Ball Z movies or whatever series we're gonna have soon in the future. But that is gonna be my number one pick, is Gogeta, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta versus Broly. I think that's gonna be it for my this video, guys. Post a comment in the section below if you guys like stuff like this. If you guys have a favorite fight you guys like, comment in the section below. Let me know what your favorite fight is of Dragon Ball Z and why. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. As always, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.